greet you. Good morning, sir. Dazzling Love, Nosa, Gift, Andy Khan, Clinton, Emmanuel, Mel, Ololade, Oluti, and Sam. I hope we are doing very well this morning. I hope we are doing very well this morning. Please, if you can hear me clearly, can you drop 111 on the chat box? Just type 111 on the chat box so that I know that you are hearing me clearly. Okay, thank you very much, Oluti. Thank you, thank you. Gracias. Thank you, Nosa. All right. I'm hearing everybody's hearing me then. That's fine. All right. Thank you, Sam. Okay. So once again, you're welcome to this live session. We'll just go straight into what we have for today. Um, we'll start with the economic calendar as usual. The reason I always do this is so that I can imbibe it into each and every one of us as traders that if you trade the forex market, right? If you trade the forex market, you just don't dive into trading. You need to know, okay, for that day, how is the market looking like? What is the plan? Um, Okay, please, I have muted everybody. Please don't unmute yourself if you are not speaking. Please, I'm getting feedback that I'm not appreciating. All right. If you're not saying something, please mute your mics. Thank you. All right. So as I was saying, the reason I come here every day is so that you can check it out because there are times where you may fail to look at this economic calendar and then you had a very good setup. Let me say your setup was forming at about let me say 127 p.m., right? It was you were due for a trade, but you did not check to see that at 1:30 there's going to be a news release. And let me say there's going to be CPI. There's one news they call Consumer Price Index news. CPI news is going to be dropping at 1:30. So you had a very good setup at this time. You go ahead and you place your trade. And then 3 minutes later, CPI just comes and takes sometimes it can go in your favor, yes. But sometimes if it goes against you, it may cause what they call slippage. That is the momentum that markets, yeah, that came into the market at that point in time was so strong that your broker fails to close your trade at, let me say, your predetermined stop loss, right? For some reason, that because that's what news does. And during news releases, right, the market just either tanks or it goes up, right? So what happens is that at that time, let me say you had a stop loss because in trading we need to first of all focus on what we stand to lose before we talk about what we stand to make. So you already arranged your stop loss, everything is in check, and then the news comes and then tanks, your trade to the stop loss region. But due to the fact that the speed of that candle was so strong, the momentum on that candle was so strong, it pushes your stop loss below a little bit or at least below where it's supposed to be, and you end up losing more money than you're supposed to lose. And then you now ask yourself, what happened? And then you come to the economic calendar to see that, oh, there was news though that you did not factor into your trading. Maybe if you saw that news, you would have been more cautious to say, okay, when the news is done with its move, I can now join. Or if it's an upward movement, it's done with the move, you can now, look to continue. So that's why I like to come here every day so that, and I like to do it on this call. Normally, I can just check the calendar and then do the normal analysis without checking the calendar, but we need to always do it so that we don't get caught out in unnecessary bad trades. So like today, you can see that we are in the clear. There isn't any much to think about. Let me see tomorrow. I think there was one of these days we're going to have red folder news. Okay, yeah, it's tomorrow. See tomorrow. See what I was talking about. At 1:30 tomorrow, USD is going to have CPI news. Can you see? And it's a red folder news. So you see that this time the market may start giving some very drastic moves up and down in the market. So you need to be very, very cautious. 8:30, there's euro news. 9:30, there's GBP news. And 2:45 also, there's going to be something PMI for USD. So that's what we know tomorrow. So today now, at least today, we are a little bit free from all of that. There's orange folder news though, but we don't really, take into consideration like the red folder news. Okay. So that's that. So let's quickly dissect one, two, three things. and then we call it a day, right? Just look at 1, 2, 3 things. I'll not even waste time. I'll not waste time. So please just follow me. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What are we starting with today? Today we are starting with Euro USD. What does Euro USD have for us? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. So we know that we're supposed to fall on this Euro USD. What's going on my screen? Okay. You know, we're supposed to fall from Euro USD from this place all the way to this place. Now it was talked about yesterday that when price comes here, okay, when price comes to this place, where's my pen? Here, that is going to be what is going to be a reaction. You see, when we say these things, we are not saying these things because we are magicians. No, we say these things because we have seen it happen in the market over and over and over again, right? In as much as we have, in as much as we have a draw on liquidity down here, that we want price to come up to somewhere here and then fall. Now, imagine maybe we within this range, there was something like this, right? That price, did before coming back to take here. When price takes this place, when it comes to this small buy something that it did here, it has to react from here. Do you know why it has to react from here? It has to react from it so that people that are trying to buy will come in, so that they can buy from here. And when they buy from here, their stop loss, they'll put their stop loss here. Their stop loss will now be hit, and then price will go in his desired direction all the way till drawn liquidity, which is the target. I'll say that again. Now we have something like this. We have something like this. Okay, this area is where we are interested in. So price does something like this while we're coming back for the trade. It does something like this, right? So now it has target. It has now reached where it wants to start selling from a B. All right. Now you see that within this range, when price was retracing to this place, price left behind some expansions here. Now, what will price do? When price comes back to this expansion, it will definitely give a little bit of a reaction, so that people that were trying to buy from here will say, okay, market wants to go in a direction, let us buy. They will now put their buy somewhere here, put their SL here. So what will they do? They will take their SL. Why would they take the SL? Because there is an overall drawn liquidity lying down here that price wanted to come for. So everything that is happening here is a way to do what? Is a way to engineer liquidity, right? They're trying to engineer liquidity so that they can grab their funds, right? See, trading is about being very smart, right? You are not carried away by all these small distance in the market. Now, if it decides to walk, and go up, that's fine. But the point is, since we already have a predetermined entry area and target area, we know that between here and here is our range. So if price should come back to this place, price should sink to this place. If for some reason at any point in this place, market decides to reverse and start doing something else, that's fine. But for now, we are still very bearish on EU. So EU now may come for this place that we have here, this zone here, and then it can give us some little bit of a buy. But this buy now maybe can come to this supply before falling. But now we know that our overall trend direction after we go here was that EU should roll down to this place. But if for some reason something happens that changes the direction, of course that we are going to be very adaptable. But for now, right, this is where we want EU to go to. Something like this happened a few weeks ago on, I think, GBP CHF. Price was trying to buy. It was doing, people were entering. At the end of the day, what did he do? One candle took everybody out, and then it just, sank all the way to the downside. So you see why I'm saying this, because I've seen these things happen over and over and over on the chart. So it's not, we are not just saying it because, it's magic or whatever. No. If for some reason, price decides to buy from there, no problem. But on this call, or at least myself, I am very bearish on EU because we came for here. So we should do what? We should come for this place. So highest that EU will do is to may retrace to this place and then start the move again. But what we do is we'll just be on the lookout. If, peradventure, we get a change of direction, I will see it, I will know, and then maybe by tomorrow, I will give us an update. Is that okay? See it here now. See the way it works, right? When you have something like this, when price comes back into this place, price needs to come for this low, right? And that's what happened. So price has come back again into a sell region. So where should it go for? Is it not this low? So that's what? So that the laws of market structure, lower lows and lower highs, will be what? Will be respected, will be fulfilled. Is that okay? So that's that for EU. So I'm just trying to, let us know so that we don't get caught out on the wrong side of the market. So just be on the lookout, be safe, trade safe if you are trading Euro USD. I have this supply here. This is the last supply that I want to, see if I can sell from here. If I can't sell from here, I'll just sit out the whole trade, honestly. All right, I'll just sit out the whole trade. Let's see. Let's see GU. So G is basically the same thing. G is basically the same behavior. Uh, so you see, after coming for here like this, right? Price should come inside this space and do what? And sell also this low again. Okay, but definitely you know that something happened. While GU was trying to go, GU had some break of structure and some fair value gap here. So it has to do some due diligence here by reacting off those areas. But at the end of the day, the major direction will always prevail. All right, which for now is the sell, right? If these areas, price starts to disregard everything, another, oh, okay, maybe we may want to buy. But for now, we are still looking, sell. We still look good for sell. So let's just watch it out. Let's watch it out. Please remember when I always say that you should learn to be flexible in this market, please. Okay, in as much as I have a bias for sell, it does not mean if I see something, if I see a change of market sentiment that indicates buys, I'll still hold on to the sell. That's you being very rigid, and that's not how to trade. Is that okay? So for now, I'm looking at sells and I'll wait for sell opportunities. If at some point I see that the sells are being invalidated, you learn to do what you learn to adapt to the next market information, and then you play along. Okay. So I hope that's clear. I hope that is clear. So for now, EU and GU, we are waiting. Okay, we are waiting for EU and GU, and we have something else we are going to discuss. Okay, let me do gold. Gold is doing something nice. I have a trade that is currently running. Let me show you what's my build up to the trade. Or should I use another broker? Maybe it's another broker so that I don't touch what happened there. I hope it's giving the same information. All right, so see what happened for EU, for gold. Yesterday, I said that gold has come into what? An expansion. Gold is very bullish for weeks now. You see, gold has been buying for this is like this is like since the inception of gold, gold has been buying. All right. So what has happened now is that gold came into this expansion. Yeah, this expansion. You see that price likes to go back to trade from expansions, right? From breakup structures, whatever you like to call it. Okay. Price likes to do stuff like this, likes to do stuff like this and all of that. Okay. Now let's continue. Um, okay. So you see that price came back to mitigate, to come back to touch, that expansion. Then what did it do? Let's see the 4 hours time frame. What does the 4 hours time frame now show us? Can you see that price did two expansions? Should I show you? See, number one expansion was this small one here, break of structure to the upside. And then it still did another one. This is 4 hours time frame. So that was a very strong sign that maybe we are back to the buying side of things. We had this very big push from gold, this very big sell from gold for the first time in a while. So, gold has to retrace back to fill up all these imbalances and fair value gaps. So what the price do now? After this expansion one and expansion two to the upside, this was a sign that, okay, maybe we can look for buying opportunities now. So let's see the 1 hour time frame. Now, you see, this was the first expansion on the 1 hour time frame, is it not? On that expansion that we saw. Can you see that price reacted off that place very beautifully? Can you see? See it here now. Expansion. Price came back. Why did price trade from here? Because there was a fair value gap. There was an imbalance, okay? There was an imbalance here, which is the reason why price traded from here. So now, what is the next expansion? Is it not up here? Is it not up here? Can you see? See what we just trade when price does this, we just want to trade, from there, trade from there, trade from there. You understand? So it's very simple. Don't complicate it. So this is the next break of structure. Abi, So you ask yourself, does that place have an imbalance? Yes, there is a huge imbalance here. Can you see? It's a huge imbalance in this place. So which is why gold just came back into this place. So, and then this is how my trade is running. I put my SL here, and then you see that it's currently buying. This high should be the first target, at least, or maybe this high itself, because this, well, like anything from 2R up, anything from 2R is fine. But I see gold retracing, back to at least, let me use the feed to see how far gold can retrace. Gold can retrace at least to this 50%. Anything from this area now is now premium. So price may likely sell, give us some sales and all of that. So at least within this area to this 50%, gold should, trade to those areas. If we had the live call, I would have called the trade for us. But what we'll do now, what we'll do to join in on the gold trade is that when we have a new expansion, say that we are trying to expand again. You see, we are trying to expand again. So if we get a new expansion that has imbalance, please mind you, the expansion should have imbalance. Imbalance is, what imbalance is now? Fair value gap, like what we have here, right? See that space? See that space in the candle? If you want to know what imbalance is, come and join the classes. Okay? So we have imbalance here. So this is a very nice place that price may, trade from. So we have that same thing again, right? Imbalance is here now. You can now look to continue buying gold. Is that okay? So that is where the buy on gold is coming from. So let's see how far the buy can take us. Okay, let's see how far the buy can take us. Okay, so yeah, that's that. So let's go on to the next euro. I think I have something else to show you on euro GBP, I guess. Let me see. If this trade should move without me, go pay me. Oh. I've been suffering. I've been suffering from mistrade syndrome all week. I've had about 3 trades that ran without me to take profit. Like it will just come close to my entry like this and then run to take profit. About three trades this week already. So this one should not join that list. So what do we see here? Price took this low. Okay, so let's go from the higher time frame. Remember when we said that yeah, I think Mr. Val called this place, and then I also called this place. That when price comes back to this this place here, this other block here, this demand, okay, that there may be some buying opportunities from here, right? So price came here, and as you can see, it's buying very nicely from this place. You see that we had some, sorry, we had some retreat, some rejections from there. Price has been trying to buy. So for some reason, price came into some sort of consolidation here. Price was just moving sideways, so there was no direction. So I just decided to go, into lower time frame to see, okay, if we still have a target to be met between here and this first one here. Because you know how it works now. When you have something like this, right? When price comes back to this place, this high is your target, right? Or if you have something like this, yeah, and then price comes back to retrace into the sell region, this floor is your target. Okay. All right. So now I ask myself, since we have a target to be met, within here and here, so that means we should still, look to see if we can catch some buy trades, is it not? And that's what made me go to the 4 hours time frame. So what I saw in the 4 hours time frame is that it seems price is doing what we call an accumulation here. Let me show you. What do you see here? We have this, and this. This was liquidity. That's what the price is. We see price swept liquidity and went up. Now, after this liquidity sweep, I had a buy here. I had a loss on this trade last week. Is it last week or 2 weeks ago? I forgot it. You see this place here? I had a trade just exactly where this place is. Price did what? Price came. My SL was below here, right? Price came, took me to SL, and then immediately the SL touch, he ran to take profit, which was this high. So I just knew that, oh, okay, maybe price was still using this low as what? As liquidity. So the moment price took that low, it ran all the way to take profits. Abi? Okay. So now Coming back to this area again, price, you see, price is doing the same thing over and over and over again. So price has come here after this liquidity sweep here, price short to the upside. It has come back again. This place now serves as what? Some sort of engineer liquidity, because there are people that might have tried to buy trades from here. They want to buy from here and then they place their SL here. So what did they do? What did the institutions do? They swept that place and then they did what? They have bought again to the upside. Okay. So they swept this place and then they have bought price again to the upside. I said, okay, this is interesting. Now, what do you see here? The way they bought to the upside left behind what? It left behind imbalance. You see, there was a huge space between this candle and this candle. So this was imbalance. I said, okay, this is interesting. So what they're trying to do now? They now did the same in see they have been engineering liquidity and been sweeping it here, engineered here, and then they swept. So this place now seems like another liquidity that they are engineering, and they want to sweep it, touch this my entry, and then they do, and then they fly. So you can see why I have this view for a possible buy trade on Euro GBP. Yes, it may seem like it is a consolidation, right? It may seem like a consolidation, but at the same time, right, I'm noticing that they're accumulating orders. So how do they accumulate orders? By creating liquidity pools and sweeping it, creating liquidity pools and sweeping it, creating liquidity pools and sweeping it. So now this is the reason why I have this place. So I want to hope this trade has not, like, it will come back to trigger the trade, but if it doesn't, there's no problem. It doesn't, there's no problem. But I can go ahead and call it out for people that may want to join. People that may want to join because we take risk for a living. Euro GBP buy limits. Okay, our entry point is 0.86812. SL is 0.86692. And then the take profit for the trade is about 3R, is about 0.87172. Okay, so that's how the trade is. So let's see. Hopefully we can, have another push down to trigger the trade and go. So there's some people that normally they just buy straight from the inducement. Okay, when this inducement liquidity that is lying down here, people come and buy from here. That is very nice, right? It's just that I like it, when it actually comes to touch. And here you see, this place was like a key level. Let me go into lower time frame. What do you see here? Look at the 1 hour time frame. See the way price played with this zone so many times. Can you see? So many times price was doing what? Using here as a support by always rejecting and going up, rejecting and going up, rejecting and going up. So what the price now do? Finally, price now disregarded it and started using it as a what? As a resistance, coming up and going down, coming up, going down, coming up and going down. So lastly, price has now done what? Price has now destroyed that area and now printed liquidity. So is it not correct for price to come here and go up? Of course, that's what I am seeing. The market cannot bother plans, right? But of course, due to us seeing this thing many times, we know that this is most likely what always happens in the market, which is why I am going to hold on to this trade idea. If for some reason the trade wants to take profits, without me, then I will delete the other. Okay. So for today, let's see how this guy goes. Let's hope that we can get a push down and then we can trade, even though for some reason. You see, the thing is when price takes liquidity, he used to fly up, right? But let's just see. Let's just see how this one goes. So that's the order, that's the trade. If you have placed the trade, just wait, see how it goes. Screenshot the screen or write it down, whatever is good for you. Okay, so that's GBP and Euro GBP. Let's go on to something else. NZD card. So voila, we had a very clean reaction from this trade that we talked about yesterday. Remember, I said that this trade is like a counter trend trade while we are trying to catch this buy. So I would it would be good if I know that anybody took this trade because just to show that we don't just come around to play here. So you see that the plan here was we said you don't risk Don't risk what let me say if you used to risk one before, risk 0.5. If you used to risk two before, risk one, risk half. Why? Because it's a counter trend trade, and counter trend trades happen to be, a little bit risky. But this trade had everything. The trade had everything. Look at from the weekly time frame. From the weekly time frame, we swept the previous week's low, right? We swept the previous week's low. Daily expanded. You can see daily expanded so many times to the upside. And then 4 hours was where we're supposed to trade from. So 4 hours now, all of this now was liquidity build up. You see how they always build liquidity. When they finish building the liquidity, they now do what? They'll now sweep all the liquidity and then start to move. Can you see? So this is why I'm seeing that my trade on Euro GBP, because liquidity is being built, is being formed, right? Just above my entry. So what do? They'll come top and then they'll go. So this trade should give at least, let's see, at least maybe 2 hours. Suppose come off of this trade, 2 hours, right? But this was a nice counter trend trade. And I would like to know if anybody took this trade. If you took the trade, just drop a chat on the chat box, right? Drop a chat on the chat box if you took the trade. All right. So that's that for NZD card. I wanted to give us, an update on this. And also, this is where we're looking at on the higher time frame. QMR setup, bap, 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 bap. Can you see? So sweep, break, inducements, right? So price can come into this place and fall like a palm tree. Okay. So that's the view. That's the view for NZD card. So this is like a smaller, we are trying to catch a retracement into this, because I mean, if price wants to sell from here, it means it needs to come and sell from here, is it not? So that is why the buy is, is working. But the thing with counter trend is that it's not, the buy can work small and then do like this and then starts, doing things like this while coming back to the trade. So it's always very, very, they can be very tricky. But at least one direction that we are more sure of is from this place, that we can catch a sell from there. Okay, so that's the updates, and I hope we are taking notes and it's giving us a lot of value. Okay, so let me go ahead and point out some trading directions that I want to give us, either for today, tomorrow, or that'll be next week. Uh, EJ. EJ has been buying for the longest time. So you see that this high here is our final target. Sorry. This high here is our final target. We want price to trade up to this high. That's our draw on liquidity. So daily has been changing character to the upside for 4 hours also. So this is the last expansion on EJ. So what I'm expecting is for price to trade back into this area before we continue to the draw on liquidity. Is that okay? So you see this high here is where we finally want price to trade to. You see the way price took here and then went up. It has come back again to sweep this low. See the way it swept this low very nicely, right? That's sweeping that low. What did it do? That started the new push to the upside. So this is a nice bus stop for Euro GPY to come into before we continue buying. Okay, so hopefully we can get this push down, this retracement into this expansion area here. Okay, and then when this price now drops into here, if you like to go to 30 minutes, 15 minutes to look for change of character, when price drops into this line, right, you can start to look for something like this. Immediately you confirm break of structure, you can start to play. Is that okay? All right, so that's direction for Euro JPY. Okay, so Euro, I think I have something for Euro NZD for us. What is it I have here, Seth? Oh, okay, same thing. I want to just buy from here. This place, let me check if I can remember my view. Okay. Yeah. So you see that we have been buying. Let me delete everything. You see that we have been buying. We took structure here, right? And then we went up. We came here again, took another structure here, and we went up. So you can see that we have been breaking structure to the upside on Euro NZD. So what we care about is the most recent expansion on the lower time frame, which is this area. So we have this place, you see, if later price comes back into this place to trade, this is a very good place for us to trade. See imbalance here, see liquidity. So when price drops here, this will be powerful to trade. But we cannot be waiting for here and then we disregard what's happening here. Is it not? So let's go to 4 hours. This place I just showed you now is for the future. Maybe next week, right? Maybe next week or upper week, anytime. But also that if price should disregard this place, then we should be looking to trade from there. Okay. So on the 4 hours, see where I'm seeing. I like this area. Let me use a rectangle. I like this area a lot. This area is fine. This area is fine. Right? This area is fine. Why do I like this area? Number one, the area sponsored break of structure. The area left behind with liquidity. The area has imbalance. And price is still trying to engineer another liquidity here. So if price can break it inside here, then we can see some buy push to the upside. So we're going to see how or what price does around this zone on Euro NZ. So that's direction for Euro JPY and Euro NZD. Okay, let me give another direction. Do I have another direction? Let me check. GBP AUD. I think we have talked about that. Sorry, I talked about that over and over again. Where is this thing delaying? Okay. GBP AUD. Okay. Okay, yeah, we know what we're doing here now. I should not talk about it again. We're looking at price falling into this space. When price falls into this space, we're going to look for confirmation to buy. We're going to buy all the way till this place. So when price drops here and gives confirmation, we can look for buys all the way till that high. This is going to be our next draw on liquidity. Okay, so that's the view. This is a very nice trade. This is like QMR, right? A sweep here, a break, and inducement. See? So when price comes back to touch this area, you know that this low now becomes a protected low. Why? Because price swept liquidity that was here. All right. When price swept it, it did what? It went to break structure. So price can come back here and do this what? And come here and trade from here back to the upside. Okay. So that's how we look at it. That's how we view it. So let's see. GBP AUD, that's our direction. So let me check two more. GBP card. What do I have there? Okay, I have QMR here too. Please, I hope you're taking note too. Please, when you come for these live sessions, if you're not writing on with your phone, you can probably use a book or something. Just take down some trades that look good, that you like, and then you look at it yourself so that you can see how you can place your trade. Because it's not every time I'll call out the figures, but if I give you direction, you should know what to do as a trader. Okay. This is here, sweep, and we have some liquidity build up here. Price has gone to clear this high. Is that okay? Price has gone to clear this high. So when price drops into this place again, is where I'm going to look to buy GBP card. Okay, these trades are not ready yet. We're waiting for them to fall into our POIs before we buy. Is that okay? Is that okay, sir? Or SARS and Mars? That's it. So just be on the lookout, be on the wait. I'll still be giving us updates on the trades, and then when price does what it's supposed to do, we are going to cook, right? We're going to cook. Okay, so USD CHF, the same thing. You remember that our zone we're looking out for now. But this is our daily zone. This is our daily key level that is here. This key level that is here. When price enters that place, you know that we're going to look for sales from there. Okay. And USD JPY, what's happening there? Oh, okay. USD JPY. Let me check. Okay, nothing much. I just want price to just like Euro JPY, Abi. Just like Euro JPY, I just want price to retrace here before it goes back up. But if price should reach the drawn liquidity first, I'll cancel, right? But if price should be kind enough to retrace here, then I'm going to buy. So that's that for me from currencies. Mr. Sam is saying, can I check card CHF? Okay, this will be the last one. That's CHF. You see, you should not spend 10 hours analyzing the chart. So there's no time. You just see it. If it's there, it's there. If it didn't there, it didn't there. You move to the next thing. CAD CHF. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I had a nice trade here from CAD CHF as yesterday. Yesterday, but I'll show you that later. CAD CHF, the main thing for CAD CHF now is this sell. Can you see this buy here that you see here? This buy was counter trend buy, trying to catch a buy to the place you want to sell from. That was the counter trend buy from yesterday. Now, see something. Remember what we said now. Well, when we have what? I'm drawing from here. We have something like this, right? When price comes back into this place, we can do what we can look to sell. So you see that price has come back into this place. We can look to sell. So for CAD CHF now, Mr. Sam, I'm looking at a sell opportunity now. All right. The reason for this buy was because we're trying to buy into, the sell region. So I saw an expansion here. And then 1 hour gave me a sweep and a break. And of course, there was a fair value gap here, small fair value gap. So that was where the buy came from. Is that okay? So that's that. So for now, the buy idea don't finish. You don't look for buy again. For now, let's just try to look for sales. Look at the higher time frame on the daily. See, this place is very powerful. Look at it now. Look at it. It's very powerful. So we can look to start looking. We can start looking for sales from this region on the 4 hours time frame. Let price start to slowly, expand. If I get maybe I get a fully bearish engulfing candle formation like this, right? I can now look to know that okay, sellers have come in. I can look to sell. Is that okay? So that's my views for CAD, CHF, and for currencies. Is that okay? All right. Thank you very much, everyone. This is another place. So see, this is where we want to sell from. The first place we want to sell from. If this one spoils, see this up here is another powerful key level. All of this is liquidity. When price trades into this place, at least you should see some sell off from there, right? But if we keep waiting for this place. You see, the thing with trading is be flexible, right? Because you want to trade from here does not mean you will not trade anything again till price come back to this place. So what if price does not come back here to this place in that whole year? It means you not trade that thing that year again. I remember very well in this case we had a trade. We had a trade from here. I think 2 weeks ago. We had a very nice QMR trade from here. I remember this trade vividly. We had a very nice QMR trade. Yes, we wanted to sell from here, right? But price came and gave us sweep, inducement, and a break. Sweep, break, and inducement. So you're telling me that I should not come and trade from here because I'm waiting for a sell here. So please, let's learn to be very, very, flexible. So when we see our areas, we expect something. If something happens there, we play. If something does not happen, we walk away. Is that okay? So see this sell happened very nicely. This was a very nice sell. I remember the trade very well. It was a very nice trade. Then when we had this one, see that price came back to this place again and sold off. See, can you see? Hi. Price came back to this place, sold off. I think there was another trade. There's another trade that happened here. There was another trade that happened somewhere here, and that's exactly what happened. All because we're trying to aim for what? This draw on liquidity. Can you see? So this was the final low to come and take. So when price took here, it did not reach the low yet. So it stopped somewhere here. So this was a possible reason to sell again, right? Price gave another reason to sell again. So everything came and deposited at this draw on liquidity. And this trade idea was complete. Is that okay? So the moment price did that, it was also trying to build something here, a key level here. Look at the daily time frame. It was trying to build a key level there. Can you see? All those going back up and down. That is why we are now back into this place. So we can now start looking for a reason to sell. Now, if this sell does not give us a good confirmation, we leave it alone, right? While waiting for other ones up here. And of course, if anything develops in the future, we are going to know. So that's that, Mr. Sam. I hope we have gotten clarity on the trade idea for CAD CHF. Okay, so let's see what we have for synthetic indices. So you see, like I say, we're very, very transparent here. If trade loss, we will tell you say trade loss. Some people don't they like tell people say they are trade loss. They believe that they should be winning all the time, as if they're the ones that created the market. God will help them. Okay. So this is this place. See this place. I called this place yesterday. Rice did a very nice push down from this place here. There was a small push here, another push down, but it apparently was not enough, because what I'm seeing here is that price is now trying to buy from there. So you see that I'm going to hold off those myself for now, right? I'm going to hold off those myself to see what the trade is trying to do. So for our expansion is currently occurring here, just at that place. Can you see? But the candle has not yet finished forming. So let's say the candle finishes forming like this. We can now, let me see, there's something there we can trade. It's not neat to. Let me check 2 hours. Let me check 30 minutes. This is something I would have said you can trade, but I don't know. It's not appealing to me the way it should. So please just wait, okay? Wait. If something happens, I'll let you know. Just wait, right? Let this candle finish forming, then we'll know. But normally after our expansion like this, right, we like to we'll come back to trade and continue. So what happened is after the expansion, you can go to the 1 hour time frame, and then we can expect where is it? Where's my rectangle? Okay, can expect something from here to start playing out. Okay, can expect something from here to start playing out. Okay, so that's that for 20. So please have an open mind. 40. Okay, 40 is coming back. Oh, I hope we are positioned. 40 is coming back for. See, we had this place up here, but price has gone far away from there. But we had another one here that price is trying to retrace into. So when price touches here, we'll start looking for something on the 30 minutes time frame to sell all the way till this low. Okay. See, as traders, we anticipate things to happen. We don't predict, we anticipate. Okay, we analyze. If it happens the way we want it to happen, we execute. If it does not happen, we leave the trade alone. Is that okay? So that's the FX vol 40. Nothing much, waiting for it to come back to here, and then we cook. Okay, FX 60. This 60 that we're waiting for a very long time. It just came and then it has bought to the upside. God will forgive. God will forgive this instrument. Okay, so for now there isn't anything. I was waiting to buy from here, so price has really gone away from my point of interest. So when I get something there, I'll let you know. For now, I'm not going to be trading it. Okay, so flip X1, nothing for flip X1. And the flip X2 trade has hit take profits, dearly beloved. Flip X2 has hit take profit for 2 hours. Can you see that? I call this area on let me see, 20. Okay, that was yesterday, right? Today's 23rd. Okay, that was the day before yesterday. This area was called that price can sell from here. And that's exactly what price has done. You know why? You know why the trade is small? Because it's a counter trend trade. Why? See, on the higher time frame, I think on the weekly. See, on the weekly time frame, see that we did this. So when price comes here, price should buy a B. So price came back into this place, and then what did it do? On the daily time frame, give us a retracement. So as price touch, normally we should buy a B, but I saw something that looked very good for sell, which is the reason why I sold, and I think I explained it. It was price came back into this place, right? Gave daily high sweep here, 4 hours expanded to the downside, leaving behind this place. So that was just the way the trade, and then there was fair value gap. That was how the trade, happened. So the trade has done very nice 2 hour. So now that it has come back into this area, this key level area like this here, I'm looking to buy from here. That's why this trade is done. Okay. So I'm not doing anything again for the sell. Now my focus is turned to the buy. Okay. So let's be on the lookout. Let's be on the watch out. If we can get some nice buy from here, that would be very good. So synthetic traders, keep an eye on Flip X2. Flip X2 is our nicest looking instrument for now. Flip X2 and FX Vol 40 are the nicest looking instruments for now. So I have here for flip 3 and here. So whenever price reaches any of these areas first, I'll look for a retracement, for a confirmation, and I will trade. I will trade. Okay. I will trade. I will trade. I will trade. Okay. What's happening for 4? Flip 4, flip 4, flip 4. Flip 4, I want to buy flip 4. I want to buy flip 4 from this. See this fine 2 places. Kai. Here is very fine. This place too is also very, very fine, right? I want to buy flip 4 from either of these two places. Okay. When price drops, I'm going to know what to do. The only reason why I'm not going to buy, like, rush into the buys, because see, daily high here has been swept. So, that may be a sign that price wants to sell to this low. That's why I'll not rush for this buy. But if this daily closes and then, so I'm going to know what to do as at the end of the day. So for now, this one is the active one. This one now is in jeopardy because of daily high sweep. When daily high sweeps, we can come for the daily low. So don't take this trade yet, right? But if, at the end of the day, this trade is still valid, you can now look for the confirmation here. But for now, please just wait. Don't take this trade yet. Okay. And then lastly, flip 5. So flip 5, we have touched our expansion area. We have touched it. So what I'm expecting price to do now, I'm sure we know very well. Since this is the daily time frame, I want 4 hours to do what? 4 hours to expand, right? I want 4 hours to expand. Give me something and expand. When we expand, we can buy. So it's either we expand like normal line chart expansion, or we expand using what? Let me try it again. A fully bullish engulfing candle formation. These are 2 ways to expand. Then we can do what? We can continue the trade to the upside. So please, I hope you are taking notes. I hope you are taking notes. And then, okay, Oluti say he mixed for 60 buy. The buy played with us, so it was it was very annoying. We called this place for a very long time. In fact, when price was still somewhere trying to retrace, we called this place that when price comes here, price is going to buy. But you see, we cannot just enter a buy straight up because it's the daily time frame. We can do anything. So while waiting for confirmation, and all of that, the trade started going, and then since then, this was the last point to enter the trade from. And the trade, the trade just flew up to take profit without us. But it's okay. We'll have other opportunities. You can see Flip X2 gave us an opportunity, and we are having another ones cooking up, so hopefully we can enjoy ourselves. So I greet you, Mr. Val and Deacon, Chooks, Darlington, Dazzling Love, Gift, Kehinde, Nosa, Ololade, Oluti, Prince, Sam Yisao, Stanley, and Taufik. Have a lovely day, everyone. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, sir.